Oakland Cemetery was established in 1850 at a time when there was probably about 2,600 inhabitants of the city, and the city fathers, I guess, figured there was a need to acquire additional space for burials. And then between 1850 and 1867, the cemetery completely built out into the 48 acres that it is today. It really didn't matter in 1850, 60, 70, and 80, whether you owned the railroad, whether you rode the railroad, or slept under the railroad, you were buried here at Oakland Cemetery. This was Atlanta's first burial spot, and it was for everybody.
Well, the mission of Historic Oakland Foundation is to preserve, restore, enhance, and share Oakland Cemetery with the public. And that is where the events that we hold here, as well as the tours that we give, help to fulfill that mission. We want the public to come in. We want them to enjoy this place, for it to be their park. We encourage people to come in to stroll their babies, to jog, to ride their bicycles, take a nice stroll in the evenings. That on an ongoing basis, and then we encourage them to come and to enjoy the events that we hold here, as well as our tours, because that is where they can support us financially. Tunes from the Tunes is an annual music festival that we hold here at Oakland. We have 2 stage areas that multiple performers perform on then throughout the day. We offer free guided mini walking tours for the public that day. It's just a great day to bring your blanket and come out and enjoy some beautiful music in a most unique setting. We also have our Run Like Hell and 5K and Run Like Heck Fun Run that we offer in the fall as well. And to our knowledge, that is the largest cemetery run race in the country. Then our next event that we have is our Capturing the Spirit of Oakland Halloween tours. That has been a very, very well received, very exciting event for us. And it's the once-a-year opportunity to tour Oakland after dark. So it's a great experience and has been a sellout for us every year.
Well, there are 70,000 burials here at Oakland, and we at the foundation like to think that they are all important. But many of the grave sites are visited more than others. 2 in particular come to mind. One, of course, is Bobby Jones, who was the great amateur golfer in the 1920s, early 30s. Also, Margaret Mitchell is buried here, and she, of course, is the author of Gone with the Wind, which is the 2nd most widely published book still today, next to the Bible. I have a lot of favorite stories about Oakland. This is about an individual who's buried here. He is not on our regular tour. He may not be one of those most visited graves here in Oakland. He may not even be certainly not a celebrity like a Margaret Mitchell or a Bobby Jones, but I think he embodies the spirit of this place and the spirit of the foundation and what we do to keep this place alive for this generation and for future generations. There was a young man here in the 70s named Brian Sanford. He was a little boy who lived with his family who actually was from England. Little Brian fell out of a window at his home and died. And so the family was scrambling for a place for him to be buried and visited with the sexton here at Oakland, and they found him a place to be buried. So he was buried here, and then after a few years, the father was called back to England. His stay here in Atlanta was over, and so we assumed that they would disinter Brian and take him back to England with them, but they didn't. And we asked them why not, and he said the father said, because we know that Brian is in good hands. And so I really feel like Brian Sanford and all of the people who are buried here, and all the history that's contained here, and all that has to do, that is offered here, is in good hands with this foundation. Thanks to a lot of hard work from a lot of volunteers and from our staff, and from our board of directors, but also a lot of hard work from the community that we partner with in attracting folks to come here and enjoy this place for all that it is and for all that it has to offer.
There's something that we talk about often here at Oakland, and we believe that it can be attributed to the Mexican culture, and that is they believe that a person dies 3 deaths actually. The first death is when their organs give out, when their body shuts down. The second death is when their body is interred in the ground. And the third death is when someone no longer speaks their name. And that is something here at Oakland that we are trying to prevent.